Good afternoon and welcome to, I hope, a version with sound on it of EvilGinger Tuesdays, slightly delayed. I wasn't properly awake and have made to take steps to make sure I've got stronger caffeine related product. Because as a painter I don't have fingernails. On the grounds that I'm also had a habit of keeping my fingernails short because they're a problem when you're caring for people. You can scratch them quite badly with long fingernails and they're considered to be unprofessional. Anyway, caffeine related product, stronger, hopefully more effective than the coffee, which I had a couple of glasses of before a couple of mugs of before I got stuck in last time. Anyway, I worked out what the problem was. The problem was that the microphone, for some reason, the whole thing had defaulted to the webcam, and the webcam doesn't have a microphone in it. So it was filming me, but the microphone wasn't working, and I was too half asleep to notice the fact that the soundbar at the bottom of the screen wasn't flicking about as it does when I talk normally. So I was not with it. But basically, to reprise what I did, this is the unboxing. Obviously it's been opened because I opened it earlier on camera. It contained one box of Oathmark Goblin Cavalry, Goblin Wolf Riders, which are extremely nice models, but I'm going to be converting them into Goblin Cavalry using the extremely nice Wargames Atlantic light horses. In that box you get some bases, which are basically these, and I don't use because I don't use plastic bases. I don't use this sort of plastic base, and I don't like square cornered bases anyway. So if I'm using square bases, they're generally they've generally got the corners turned off, so they're slightly rounded off. They contain 5 of these, which are the warg halves, which assemble into some very nice but very chunky walls. And once I've dug all of those out, as I say, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 15 wolves. The wolves will be going up independently on the, and then you have the rider sprue. Now these riders fit really nicely on the Wargames Atlantic horses, even if they're a bit of a sod to clean up. But then again, everybody's cavalry are a bit of a sod. They can be made up as spear wielders, hand weapon wielders, or archers, and the legs and the bodies can be combined in pretty much any way you like. All bases of the sort I don't lose. I have hundreds of those, and they are postage to pre-posted. They are postage cost to a good home. But again, there are 3 of those, each with 15 on there. I plan on having 32 Goblin Cavalry and 16 of the Hobgoblin Cavalry to go with. These, I think I was trying to buy shields because I need more shields, but I ordered these instead. They're not useless, they're the Warlord style bases that Wargames Atlantic do, and they seem just as nice as the Warlord ones, if a little bit more affordable. They also come with magnet holes, so you can glue a magnet in there. Though I'd probably push a magnet into the bottom of through the hole into a into milliput under a puddle base. As I say, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and there are what appears to be 12 on each. So I've got 60 of those. Also, something that I haven't got before and is new on me, though I've bought enough Frostgrave cultists over the years to other Frostgrave cultists, which are 20 models, will make 20 models, but are basically 4 identical sprues and some round plastic bases, which I do use, and these will be up as baddies, and they will also be going up on the Etsy shop when painted. But this is sort of a test. They all came from the lovely Steve at the Sprue Shop. It's not been very well recently, so I wish him well, and it's nice to see him actually trading again. As I say, that was a mystery parcel and a half. So into Steve's illness, I've been waiting for it for a little while, but I'm not going to mock him because you're allowed to be ill. I've also got this mystery parcel to go and have a look at. I'd have done this today, but this morning was guttering, and this afternoon was waiting for a delivery from Every. Why do people do that to me? Why do people do Every to people? You know it's a sound of stress, and you'll get an entry on the book of grudges, so don't do it, folks. Use a proper courier, preferably Royal Mail, because I've trained them a couple of ways. Get a suitably impressionable young postie and show him the metaphorical, at least, ancestral acts, and they actually learn stuff. More of this to wake me up. So we've got that, we've got the other thing, and other plans. Things EvilGinger are doing. We're going to Crisis. Not this weekend coming, but the following weekend, the 1st and the 2nd, I'm going to be in Belgium. Probably be in Belgium a little bit before that, because I'm not fancying travelling on the day of the show. So I'm probably going to be, in fact, I'm definitely going to be going on the couple of days before. I'm coming back immediately after the show on Monday. So I will be interviewing young Sander of May 1940s Miniatures. I will be doing a, probably when I get back this bit, a unboxing of the goodie bag he's threatening us with. Should have bought, I would like to have taken the Ancestral Axe and the chainmail, because there's been talk of people having to be threatened with nasty Dutch saber machete combinations if they misbehave, and given that I might misbehave, being able to defend myself against said might be an idea. So the family mail shirt should have been, but I can't get that through customs, because I will, being every metal detector in the world as it is with my steel toe caps, and that's going to be fun. Anyway, I'm looking forward to Crisis. I will also be doing pictures of the show, and I will try and talk to people at Crisis and get some interviews. I'll be taking the camera, but not the laptop, because I'm not quite sure how secure the budget hotel is. I must do too much off the laptop. Next year, when I've got a potentially attritable laptop that isn't so essential to the way everything runs, I will be taking it over there, and I will be probably doing stuff live from the show, I hope. But I'll also be trying to be taking some people along with me when I've done the reconnaissance and that sort of thing this year. Other things that are going on is, now I've got the microphone working, I will probably be recording a role-playing review after this one, but that won't be live till Friday. And I may very well be recording another EvilGinger Tuesday that I can set up for next Tuesday, because I would like them to go out on Tuesday. But if I leave them to the day when I'm coming back from the Alpha site, I am generally knackered, having done a lot of yard work and other stuff, and nursing stuff takes it out of me, unlike the old days when I was younger and fitter and more practiced at it. So that's a thing. I'm going to have it all set up and ready for people because I can set stuff up from the beta site, and just let it run while I'm here. Possibly even doing a premiere so you can talk to me or shout abuse at me or whatever it is that you want, because I've got new people and just over 100 subscribers the last time I looked, and I will be bigging that up. I will also be bigging up the Crisis show stuff, and one of the things I will be also doing occasionally on Tuesdays probably, because I can't commit to more than twice a week, is reviewing War Games rules. And I'm going to, and I recently invested in a PDF of Devilry Afoot for that purpose. So I'm going to review the War Games rules I have already, and I'm going to include that because it will make John Martin happy, and I'm fed up with him moaning because he's a grumpy old crip. He's not actually that grumpy most of the time, but make him happy. And how long have I been recording for? I don't know. I really do need a clock because I didn't check the time when I started this, and I want to do sort of about 15-20 minutes unless I'm doing a serious modelling project. The Hobgoblin Army will be a serious modelling project, but I've got a couple of residual commission things to do. I've got a marketplace to do. I've got some Fallout models which I'm in the process of painting. I haven't painted any of them since I got back, mostly because yesterday was a fug and I didn't trust myself with a paintbrush. Hopefully Thursday, Friday I'll get something done and I can actually make some progress, but this is why commission is not reliable. But if I paint stuff and put it on the Etsy shop, then I know it's done and I don't have to stress about getting it done. I can just plod. And the less stress I have from work is a counter to the stress I'm having from non-work and caring responsibilities at the beta site. But over the weekend I did manage to get the whole Wi-Fi thing working. No thanks to BT, who didn't ring me up when I didn't call back when I was on site on Saturday, and I had to invoke a lovely but very ancient assistant who basically read out the wretched key, which I couldn't enter clearly, and basically allowed me to type it in, and I'm now online with the laptop when I'm over there, and the same source as here. So that's a thing, and you might have noticed that I didn't have a backlog day. I just kept up with everybody, probably not quite as much as I would from here, but I was a presence on the internet when I wasn't here. And I won't have to explain to the search parties that Chloe sends out when I disappear, where I've been, what I've been doing. I've already got one mother, and a big sister, so I'm well supervised, let's put it like that. Anyway, I think that's quite enough from me. I'm going to have to get a timer to sit under the screen so I can actually see how long I've been recording for, and we'll take it from there because I want sort of maximum of sort of an hour if I'm doing a painting session. Anyway, that's the second version from me with actual sound on, and I think I've covered everything because I don't do a script, so I might have forgotten things. But Devilry Afoot, lots of Crisis to come, role-playing reviews starting on Friday, and more EvilGinger. And hopefully when I get my workshop cleared enough that I can actually use one of the tables for gaming, we'll have gaming on camera, live. Shocking. I'll actually be able to use all these hundreds of figures that I've got sitting behind me. Anyway, that's it for now. Take care everybody, and goodbye.